Well, and welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to Real Salt Lake versus Houston Dynamo FC in Game 2 of the MLS 2023 MLS Cup Playoffs Round 1, West Round 1, Game 2. Houston leads the series 1-0. Houston wins down in Salt Lake tonight. They win the series. Salt Lake wins. Then, of course, Real Salt Lake will win the series. So, we shall see how that goes. We shall see how that goes. Yeah, I'm going to... Back. There we go. There we go. But we're back for RSL versus Houston. So, a 2-hour stream here. 14-0 Chargers. Damn. Starting 11s are as follows. For RSL in goal, Zach McMath. The back four, Brian Oviedo, Brian Vera, Justin Glad, Andrew Brody. The midfield for Diego Luna, Nelson Palacio, Brian Ojeda, Jefferson Savarino, Anderson Julio, and Carlos Gomez. Up top. So we did get that. Good. Starting 11 for Houston in goal, Steve Clark. The back four, Griffin Dorsey, Eric Spachenko, Mikhail Franco Escobar. Midfield 2, Artur Hector Herrera. The midfield 3, Alberto Carrasquilla, Amine Bassi, Nelson Quinones, and Corey Baird up top. So there you go. That sounds awesome. Nice, nice. Nice. But we got Real Salt Lake, Houston. So let's have some fun with this one, my friends. Let's have some fun with this one. One game tonight, the only game tonight. The Western Conference, we will see how many Game 3s we have. We have one Game 3 in the West, one Game 3 overall. Tonight, we will see if there's only one Game 3 in the West. And we're on track to having only one Game 3 overall. Of course, we still have 2 match days with 3 of the East matches. Tomorrow, of course, we have a double match day, which I could definitely see that. I feel like we'll have, you know what, I'll be honest. I feel like we'll have one Game 3 in the East and one in the West. I think Philly's going to sweep the Revs, and I feel like Columbus is probably going to sweep Atlanta. Just a hunch. I feel like Nashville's going to stay alive. Just a hunch. I feel like we'll have one Game 3 each. I think Houston gets the win here tonight. I just hope Houston does because honestly, you know what? Yeah, if we do, we'll do Mississippi State on Saturday next week. That's nice. Thiago still suspended? No. But Columbus is just playing well. It's just a hunch. I will say tomorrow we definitely could get 2 Game 3s and have 3. But I don't think we're going to have more than 3 Game 3s next weekend or this weekend. We have Thursday off. We don't have Friday off because we have Seattle, Dallas, and the Messi friendly. Which, you know what? Even if that's the only game 3, I still think they're going to keep it on Friday because I think they're going to use it as a lead-in attempt. Just a hunch. That I think MLS is going to use the Messi friendly as a lead-in to the playoff game that may be the only game in town, whether it is that day or the whole weekend. It would be genius. So I don't think they're going to move the Seattle-Dallas game if everything else was a sweep. I don't think they would. I think they would use the Messi friendly as a lead-in to the Dallas game, the Dallas-Seattle game. I think it'd be genius. Who knows? Well, Messi plays first, then Seattle-Dallas plays second, so there's no problem with that. Zach McMath, Brian Oviedo, Brian Vera, Justin Glad, Andrew Brody, Diego Luna, Brian Ojeda, Nelson Palacio, Gomez, Jefferson Savarino, and Anderson Julio for RSL. So it works for me. I can do both. And if they do move it, well, I guess there's an RSR for the Messi friendly as well. With that being said, Steve Clark, Franco Escobar, Mikhail, Eric Spachenko, Griffin Dorsey, Hector Herrera, Artur, Nelson Quinones, Amine Bassi, Carl Coco, Adalberto Coco Carrasquilla, Corey Baird. I say dummy. I've given up on the Patriots. I'm really honestly done. Like, I'm honestly done with the NFL this year. Like, I'll watch the playoffs, but and I'll probably keep it on that Red Zone channel on Pluto, like that Game Center channel. But am I really going to watch? Am I going to watch the Patriots? No. Am I going to watch the Saints? Probably not. Like, I'll watch the playoffs. I'll watch maybe some Thursday nights and Sunday nights and Monday nights if I got the time. But I'm pretty much busy anyway, so there you go. I know. So that's where we are. I don't know. They're fraudulent. I know, but at least I'm not saying you're going to get everybody watching the Messi friendly to jump over to Dallas, Seattle. But there's going to be a percentage that are like, you know what? I remember this other team. And it's funny because it's the team that Messi embarrassed in the Leagues Cup. So people would be like, I wonder how they're getting on if Messi didn't make the playoffs. Maybe there's that hunch. Maybe you get about 20, 25%, which makes the numbers higher anyway. So it works. I'm not surprised Red Bulls are out. I'm not really surprised Vancouver's out, but St. Louis, yeah, I'm definitely surprised. But teams are walking out. Oh, Fotis Pazakos is the center ref. Oh, no. Oh, no. Fotis Pazakos is the center ref. And RSL's wearing their yellow kits. And Houston's wearing their Bayou kits. My God, this game just keeps getting worse. The Bayou kits suck. The Honeybee kits, the Beehives kits suck. Fotis Pazakos, the center ref. Oh, Lord. They're not putting their best foot forward, aren't they? We're going to have Fotis Pazakos be the ref of the match. Are you stupid? Maybe they're just not good under pressure. But you know what? You may have a point. America should have made it obvious. And then their second half was a lot worse than their first. So you know what? Fair. I mean, that is fair. But Lamau. But yeah, I heard about the VAR controversy between Chelsea and Tottenham. And I was watching the Vancouver LAFC game. I wasn't covering it, but I was watching it. And I actually feel sorry for Vancouver. I think they were hard done by. I thought they were hard done by, which I would hate it if that happened to my team. Now, if it happened to Montreal, I'd laugh. But Vancouver's just the redheaded stepchild. So you know what? Yeah, I feel sorry for them. I feel like they got hard done by. There was just a lot of VAR in the first half. That's all I know, huh? And that Tottenham were down 2 men. That's all I know. I wasn't watching the Chelsea game. Because why would I want to watch Chelsea play? Why would I want to watch Chelsea play? You know? Why would I? I'm angry the referee was a clown and most home fans blame them for why they lost. Are we talking about both games here? Are we talking about the Vancouver game? Or are we talking about that game's about to start soon? Or are we talking about the LAFC Vancouver? Talk about the Chelsea game. Funnily enough, Vancouver did rip off blue as the color, so ain't that funny? I think both. Yeah, pretty much. Ain't that ironic? Isn't it ironic? Referee was a clown and most home fans. I think both. Football's a weird sport. Heard there was some controversy. We could Getafe a little bit. Also, red card today. They won 1-0. Well, Getafe is just a dirty team. So, I'm not surprised. Like, we're talking about Getafe here. Like, who do you think we're talking about? Well, they're a dirty team. They're a dirty, dirty team. Six parts to Messi meets Miami. Did they really get that much content? Or are they trying to drag it out? Interesting. And some Brexit fans probably are happy it got dirty. $50 to 51 points. These teams are neck and neck. Away record, Houston's not been good away. But RSL hasn't been that great at home either. So, it's anyone's guess. Vamos Houston. The Open Cup champions versus RSL, the Cinderellas of the past couple of years. But they're right up against another Cinderella. And we're off. RSL versus Houston. The final Western game of the round of game twos in this week. Jackson with a hat trick, but will he show up against City? As they said, City are the Premier League favorites. They want to win it again for the 4th time. I said Houston wasn't good away. They've only picked up 3 wins away, but hey, you know what? They're in the playoffs, though. MLS is a sport where you really can't win away. If you get, I guess you got to look at the draws. That really tells you. That really tells you if you're good away or not. If you have a lot of away draws, I think that really. Now, if you can make those games wins, you're freaking amazing. You're top of the league. Now, hear about that? Houston being good away makes them a good shot for the cup. But I guess you got to look at the draws if you're going to talk about how good a team is away in this league. Because, let's be honest, you ain't going to win many games on the road, at least if you're a normal MLS team. Now, if you're top of the league, even then, it may be 6 instead of 3. If you suck, you ain't winning nothing on the road. It's like, what results have you picked up on the road is more of the discourse, so to speak, is like, how many results did you pick up on the road? And if you could pick up like 6 or 7 wins, you're really good on the road. And you're probably in contention for the Supporter Shield, if we're being completely honest. Actually, you know what? That'd be a good... You know what? I'm going to look that up. Most away wins. There we go. There we go. I think that'll do it. What's up? How we doing, Connor? Pretty much. Let's go. Let's see here. Most away wins. Team records in a single season. Points? No. Wins? Huh. Thank God we had those draws. Away wins. Come on now. Okay, that doesn't help. Interesting. Like, I mean, seriously, though. 3 minutes in. Free kick from Herrera, and that goes past the post. Besides, speaking of playoffs, am I the only one who feels like the Gotham Reign final in the NWSL was scripted to happen? Because Ali Krieger's last game and Megan Rapinoe's last game? Am I the only one that feels like that was scripted to happen? Or am I being conspiracy theorist for no reason? That doesn't help me. I'm trying to figure this out. Now I gotta look. Now I gotta look and freaking just look over at every team's season. What? I have no time to do that. I think so too. I'm sure you do. 4th minute. 0-0, settle. Oh, that doesn't help me either. Wonder how Houston does so well with Herrera at the 8, despite him being older and less good defensively now. You know what? Rio was saying Michael Bradley should have been pushed up, not pushed back. You know, maybe he was on to some. Like Rio was saying, Michael Bradley should have played like forward in the midfield. Like he should have been pushed forward, not back, as later his career went. Bradley's career went. Maybe he was on to something. Because look at Herrera. Huh. Plays forward. Bradley would have made for a good 8 or 10. You didn't miss anything. It just started. 5 minutes, 0-0. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Bradley would have made for a good 8 or 10. Maybe Rio had a point. I don't know. I thought he was talking crazy. I was like, you sure about that? He barely can run at defender. It's like, okay, all right. Maybe he had a point if you're looking at Hector Herrera, because I never thought Hector Herrera was that fast, just like Michael Bradley. And he's gotten slower as his years have passed, just like Michael Bradley, but they pushed him up to an 8, and look what it's done for Houston. I don't know, maybe if you give him less defensive responsibilities, you know, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's all it is. I don't know. It's an interesting thought. Looks like a corner for Houston. I never thought Hector Herrera was that fast. Honestly, yeah, Hector Herrera was the Mexican Michael Bradley. He pretty much was. Is. I don't know. I mean, yeah, when he was able to attack, he did score some good goals. And he did have some really good assists. I have to agree. But it's like Toronto never really wanted him to do that. Unless they absolutely needed him to. Yeah, I would agree with that. Corner for Herrera, cross in. Oh! Hector Herrera. Ooh. But yeah, if Houston did it, it just shows that was a good idea. Because to me, they're pretty much the same player. Pretty much, I mean, to me, Michael Bradley and Hector Herrera are the same player. I mean, one's a bit more fiery, Hector. Other than that, and Michael's more straight-laced, but other than that, another corner. That is true. That is true. So maybe it was Bob being the idiot. And it looks like Bazakos is talking to VAR. Are we going to get a check? A VAR check? Yep, they're talking to VAR. Headed away. Trying to make sure it isn't a corner because it didn't look like a corner to me. That ball was touched. I agree with that. Hell, Coelho should have started. Well, oh, Lord. Stoppage of play. But, I mean, really? Top two? I mean, our top two midfielders this year were Servania and Coelho. Like, those are the ones who should have started anyway. And they normally did. Sucks that Servania blew out his ACL. So, I guess Coelho, Oso, and I don't know. 10th minute, West of the season's wide open. I agree. Hell, the East is wide open. It's just that Miami's not freaking rolling everybody. The only difference, I've been saying it's wide open all year. Well, not all year, but the past 4 months. The only difference is Miami's not rolling everybody in the East. But yeah, I mean, the East and West are both open. They're both wide open. Like, I mean, yeah, Cincinnati's still the favorite, but I like Orlando over Cincinnati. I don't like Philly over Cincinnati because Philly is about to, their locker room's about to go freaking kabloom, kaboom, kaboom. Columbus could still beat Orlando too. I still like Columbus over Cincinnati, to be honest. I do. Houston, they could easily make the Cup final. LAFC, at this point, they're probably the favorite in the West. Kansas City making it all the way to the Cup final? I could see it, honestly. Kansas City, they could do it the way they're playing. The West is going to be nuts. If Messi was healthy and Miami made the playoffs, do they make it to the Cup, in your opinion? Yes. Yes, they do. I think they had already beaten Cincinnati earlier on in the U.S. Open Cup. I think they would do enough to at least get it to penalties. I think they would win in Miami. I think they would have won the wild card. Let's just use the wild card spot. I think Miami would have won the wild card. Whether it was over Red Bulls or Charlotte, I think they would have won the wild card. I think they would have beaten Cincinnati in a 2 out of 3. I think they would have beaten Philly with the way Philly's playing right now. And Philadelphia really had a bad howler during League's Cup, but now they're even worse. They're even in a worse position. So Miami to the Eastern Final. Then you got Orlando. They've already beaten them a couple of times with Messi. Columbus. I still think Miami has the edge with Messi. Atlanta. I still think, again, Miami beat Atlanta in the Leagues Cup. These would be on the road, but yeah, in the end, I think they would have made MLS Cup had they made the playoffs. They would have. I don't see why they would or how they wouldn't have. Exactly. And they already beaten Cincy once. So, and all they have to do is go 90 plus penalties instead of 120 plus penalties. So, had they made it, I think they would have beaten Cincy. Then they beat either Philly or Revs, and I think they would have beaten the Philly or the Revs. I think they would have beaten Columbus or Atlanta or Orlando or Nashville. I mean, everybody else has at least been beaten. Like Miami, if they made the playoffs, they're playing teams that they beat on their way there, whether it was Leagues Cup or in the league. So they would have made it, just like Leagues Cup. Now, and then MLS Cup would be a different question. Like them playing in MLS Cup is a different question entirely. Because then you have either LAFC, Houston. Houston already made them pay in a cup final without Messi, but still, Miami had a lot of chances in that game. Houston was really just trying to hit on the counter, and Miami had some really good chances in that game that they should have finished anyway in the Open Cup final. So now, had Miami made the playoffs and it had been Houston, Miami in the MLS Cup, we could have ran the revenge storyline. But 14th minute, Houston trying to hold possession here. They've really held possession early, and they play it back to Steve Clark. Steve Clark about to get ran down by Anderson Julio, but he gets it out. Atlanta conceded 4 goals. They missed the penalty, but they got revenge on September 16 when Miami conceded 5. Atlanta fans said they're not going to give you a single point after Leagues Cup. I mean, Steve Clark, yeah, he got tumbled over by Julio, but he still got the ball off. So Colin says, let's go RSL. Even game so far. Houston's had more possession, but RSL has been trying to make something out of the press. Just like that run by Anderson Julio right there. Luckily for Steve Clark's sake, he got it out. Yeah. But now that Ivacic is gone, I don't. How long is Clark signed with Houston? I say make the trade. Or, no, they wouldn't go for that. Can we interest you in a slightly used Sean Johnson? Can we interest you in a slightly used Sean Johnson? Plus Christian Gutierrez. Oh, wait, Gutierrez. Well, technically, no, we can't trade him. Clark yellow. Well, how the hell he got the yellow? That makes no sense to me. He got bowled over. Descent, probably. That's what makes sense to me. It has to be descent. The dude got bowled over. He's the one that got bowled over. He's the one. To me, that ain't a yellow on the keeper. Time wasting. Well, I wouldn't say it was time. But he kicked the ball away anyway. Good block. Oh, Tomas Romero's a free agent. Oh, yeah. Tomas Romero's a free agent, by the way. It's Kurzheim Spurs lose to Chelsea, lost to Brentford at home. There are only 3 teams unbeaten in Europe: Bayern Munich, Bayer Leverkusen, Nice. Huh. 2 of those things are not like the others. Bayer Leverkusen, I mean, Xabi Alonso's doing well with them, but unbeaten in Europe. They're going to screw it up somehow, aren't they? Nice, didn't expect that. Bayern, yeah. Bayern unbeaten. Even though they started a little bit slow, yeah, that sounds about right to me. Bayern unbeaten, yeah, that sounds about right to me. Yellow card for Bassi. Yeah, this ref's just, yeah, Bazakos loves pulling cards. That's always been his thing. That was nasty from Bassi. Man, why does Bazakos love pulling cards? It's like a damn teacher. It's like an elementary school teacher. He's going to make you pull a card. Plays forward. That wasn't, nah. Yeah, I didn't expect that. I didn't really expect Bayer Leverkusen. The Benny boys rack up yellows like crazy. Well, I mean, if you're playing tough, you're going to rack up yellows. 0-0, settled, 19 minutes, or about to be 19 minutes. AC Milan are in trouble. They face PSG again and lost again after Pulisic is out. Yeah, and they play what? Once in the next 2 days? Steve Clark. Let's go Houston. Header. Part of me, I mean, my bracket's already busted, so I don't give a crap. Part of me hopes Dallas pulls off the win over Seattle and then somehow beats LAFC and we got a Houston-Dallas Western Conference final. Let's see if Dallas could overcome once again. How we doing, Angus? Or if Houston wins this time. RSL fans must really hate Clark if they're booing him that much. I don't know why they'd be booing him. I don't remember anything between Steve Clark and RSL that would make him be booed. But Clark doesn't seem like that bad of a guy. A little bit of shithouse, but who isn't? I mean, what goalkeeper isn't a shithouse? Besides, if RSL hates a goalkeeper for being a shithouse, well, they didn't hate David Ochoa until he went AWOL. Well, when he took him on that run in 21, they sure loved him. And then he went AWOL. And then man went AWOL. '20th minute. 20th minute. Houston has a good chance of defeating LAFC if they are to meet. Yeah, I mean, LAFC weren't... I know they'll be at Bank of California Stadium for that game, but LAFC wasn't that good yesterday. Like, I know they were playing in Vancouver. Again, it's hard to win on the road in this league, so you kind of got to take it a little bit with a grain of salt. Like the performance, but LAFC did not look that good last night. I wasn't wowed. Like, I was wowed when they beat the hell out of Vancouver in the first match. I'm like, they need to at least show a part of that, at least a fraction of that for me to think LAFC's back. They did not. They did not. They got a penalty and I don't think the goal was offside, to be completely honest. I think Bouanga's goal should have stood, frankly. Now, should Avila passed it? knowing it probably could have been called offside? No, he should have done it himself. And it would have been a second goal anyway. Vela should have shut the door, but I guess they weren't feeling threatened anyway. But to me, I'd be like, dude, you probably shouldn't have passed that anyway. Like, yeah, he was behind that defender, but it's the last defender, and Takaoka was up for the corner and all that. So I can see why they called it back, but LAFC this year is not near what they were in 2022. We've been known that. Come on now. We've been known that, especially since the Champions League final. 22nd minute. I'll get used to Champions Cup, but it was the Champions League for that final, so the Champions League final. Yeah, I'm not going to really get used to Champions Cup until we're like halfway through Champions Cup, yeah? And then once we get past Champions Cup 23, it'll be a lot easier because it's the last one was Champions Cup. The next one's Champions Cup. So the fact that we had one last Champions League and we had a Champions League going into a Champions Cup kind of screws it up a little bit, Oh, okay, yeah. We already knew that, yeah. But to me, I think Vela should have taken the shot himself anyway. I don't think he should have passed it, knowing that possibly could have been the outcome. But, hey, you know what? They're only a top contender in the West because the West is weak. Houston still got my vote. Turns out because St. Louis is fraudulent, Seattle's kind of fraudulent, LAFC is kind of fraudulent. Ironically enough, the fourth-seeded team in the West is the least fraudulent team of the top four. Somehow, that normally doesn't happen. That normally doesn't happen. Man, the MLS, I'll say the playoffs have already been chaotic, but those knockout rounds, conference semi, conference final, and the MLS Cup is going to be chaotic. Trust me. And the East is weak too, so, anything can happen. Like, at this point, playoffs have just been they've been chaotic in general. The playoffs have been chaotic in general. But I'll tell you one thing. It's going to get even more chaotic. You think the first round was crazy? You think the wild card was crazy? Just wait when it gets back. How we doing, Robert? Seattle MLS Cup champs. Yeezus, they're fraudulent this year. They may beat Dallas. They probably should beat Dallas, but... And you could say they should have swept them already, considering, Rui Diaz should have got the penalty on the shirt pull. I think Seattle would have won the shootout, too. Really? The movie is that good that it's a must-watch. 25th minute. Sure. 0-0, 0-0. Five Nights at Freddy's is a must-watch. Really? 26th minute? Really? It's a movie about a video game about animatronics. Like what? You'd watch a Chuck E. Cheese's movie? Carrasquilla. Shot. Blocked. Penalty. 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 Para Houston. I just joined to see Yeezus spitting facts. He's not even really a Seattle fan. At least, I don't know. Maybe he is. I don't know. Franco Escobar goes down. Glad takes him out. Yeah, that's a pen. That's a pen. Houston. Hey, if they score this and this holds, you're going to get a Mississippi State live stream on Saturday if they don't move the Seattle-Dallas game. I know, fun, right? Amine Bassi to take the penalty. We'll still be here Saturday somehow. Yeah, most current movies aren't worth a damn. Or TV shows, for that matter. Amine Bassi is taking it. Bassi in the 27th minute. Man, there's so many sweeps. This feels like baseball. Have we ever really had a game 3 in those wild card series? Feels like we haven't. Oh wait, Mets Padres. Yeah. Bassi shot. Oh, what a save! But the rebound. It's a goal. A goal for Houston. Amine Bassi on the rebound. Makes it 1-0. 0-1. Amine Bassi puts away the rebound. He got there. I mean, but he touched it first. Did he touch the rebound first? Not good control by McMath, but Bassi gets right there. 1-0 Houston. Guy takes penalty, can't touch it first, can he? Or is it because the keeper touched it, he could touch it? I get it. I think I figured that out. Yeah. Keeper touched it, Bassi scores. Okay. 28th minute, goal. It's 1-0 Houston. What's your thoughts on the War of 1812? Not much. I really don't have much thoughts on the War of 1812. I really don't. If Seattle wins MLS Cup, Seattle, Cremas, Miami, and that order is the order I'm rooting for in Champions Cup. For me, in Champions Cup, I'm rooting for Forge, then St. Louis, then Miami. And we'll throw Alajuelense in there at 4. There we go. 29th minute. And if Forge plays in St. Louis, I'll be in St. Louis. I'll be at City Park wearing a Forge shirt. Forge was there first. That's all I got to say. Forge was there first. That's all I got to say. Just like if Toronto was playing St. Louis, I'll be there in a Toronto shirt. Any other time I would be at City Park, I would be wearing St. Louis, but not when they're playing Forge or Toronto. Or, of course, if it's a national game and it's Canada versus USA, you get the point. Are you a Cena fan? Yes. But if it's Forge versus St. Louis, I'm wearing a Forge shirt because Forge was here first. So there we go. There we go. 30th minute. 30th minute. 30th minute, 1-0 Houston. 1-0. 0-1. Houston playing forward. That'll be a throw-in here for Houston. What score you say for the Columbus game tomorrow? I say Columbus 2-1. I always thought Forge was a Caribbean team. Canadian team. I mean, they played in CONCACAF League, but they would have wiped up the Caribbean Cup if they were allowed to play there. They would have legitimately wiped that up. No, because I didn't watch Crown Jewel. I could honestly, I had football to watch and I could care less. Like I'm not going to cut in for a pay-per-view just to, whatever. 32nd minute. 32nd minute. 32nd minute. RSL versus Houston. I thought Forge was in the UCL. They're just too good. Now that's better. That's better. 32nd minute. Why can't John Cena win anymore? Because they want to put him over, or they want to put these young stars over John Cena, and he's okay to do the job. Like, he's okay with losing to these young stars because he cares about the business. He don't want to pull a Hulk Hogan and go over these young stars because he's not an egotistical son of a bitch. What if Forge faces America? Forge would be a lot closer than you think. That's all I'm gonna say. 32nd minute. I wish John Cena was an egotistical son of a bitch who would pull a Hulk Hogan, but you know what? Because all he could do is win tag matches now, and he's not even getting the pin. Like, it hurts. It legitimately hurts. Like, I can't. Like, I do not enjoy watching John Cena job out in singles matches and not even get the pin in tag matches, but win. I can't do it. Like, I legit can't do it. I wish he would pull a Hulk Hogan, be his shit bag. Ojeda gets a yellow card. Let's see. I got Atletico Madrid over Celtic. I got Man City over Young Boys. I got Newcastle over Dortmund. I got Barcelona over Shakhtar. I got Columbus over Atlanta. I got Orlando win or draw. We'll go with that. I got AFC Champions League. I got Al Nassr over Al Duhail. Brazil, Serie B. Chile, England Championship. I'm not talking about those tractors in Ipswich. I'm not doing it. Tractors. No. I mean, Ipswich would beat Rotherham, but I am afraid of those tractors. I am afraid of those tractors. Ipswich over Rotherham. Praying for Milan. I ain't going there. It's too close for comfort. I'm not going there. Yeah, I think that's about good enough. Tractors. Chicho Arango on the bench. Throw in here for Houston. What? Plays forward. Still 1-0. Corner for RSL. Playing forward, 36th minute. Columbus money line, Atletico money line, Man City money line, Porto money line, Leipzig or draw. That works. Yeah. That works. Shot over the bar. Ooh. Wide too, but Oviedo puts it up and wide. Up and wide. I think Houston's going to at least have the lead at the half. "37th minute, had a chance. Playing forward. 38th minute of 45. Manning cast is hilarious, I bet. "38th minute. Apparently Steve Clark played for RSL back in the day." Okay, yep. Yeah, that would probably, yep. That would probably do it. He probably did some freaking Judas stuff, didn't he? He was a Judas, wasn't he? I bet. Yeah, okay. That would probably, yeah, that probably does it. Yeah. That would get him booed, yeah. That would do it. That would do it. 39th minute. Thoughts on Brock Lesnar's 2012 return? Honestly, like the year of 2012 for Brock Lesnar, you know. I mean, the way having Cena go over in that match, the way that Cena went over, is like, okay, sure. And then he's like, I'm gonna be away for a long time. I'm like, they should have kept their word on that, not had him feud with John Laurinaitis freaking a week later. And Big Show and Tensai. Let's not forget he was part of that. He was part of that. Lesnar, like it made Lesnar look bad. I gotta admit, Cena winning, that wasn't the part that made Lesnar look bad. And the way he did, like, yeah, Cena survived and won. Fine. Then saying he's gonna be gone for a while, and then he comes back next week and just starts feuding with Laurinaitis, Big Show, and Tensai. Well, okay, yeah, that made him look bad. That made Lesnar look bad. That was a bad booking decision. It wasn't Lesnar's fault, but it did start off on the wrong foot. Cena should have screwed off for like 2 months. I mean, who was asking for a John Laurinaitis feud anyway? Besides, Punk was the one who really had a problem with him. But they didn't want to put Punk in the main event, did they? So there you go. Against Triple H, I mean, that match against Triple H, I still think their WrestleMania and Extreme Rules matches were better. Brock and Triple H, that SummerSlam match, kind of sucked compared to the Mania match and compared to the Extreme Rules match. So, the next year. So, I think Lesnar's comeback started off very cold, heatless, in my opinion. I don't think Lesnar really started catching up or catching fire until Extreme Rules 2013. And especially the Mania match with Taker. That's when he really started catching fire when he came back. Catching lightning in a bottle. So it definitely started like, why'd they bring him back? But it didn't start that well. Booking wise, match quality, in my book. So Whether it was the booking of Lesnar, just the booking around the people who were around him in 2012. That was not the best. And I say that as a Cena fan, that he should have been gone for a couple of months after the Brock match, as he said he was going to be. Because they fed him that line. And then they swerve everybody, and the next night he's out on Monday Night Raw, and then he gets his ass kicked by Tenzai because of John Laurinaitis. It was a horrible idea. That was probably one of the worst feuds I've ever seen in my life anyway, the John Laurinaitis, John Cena feud. That was horrible. With Big Show and Tenzai being part of it as well. I mean, oof. Harry Kane might actually have cursed Bayern. Somehow they're going to bottle the Bundesliga. I mean, it's possible. I mean, I would think, you know what? Yeah, the Harry Kane curse is probably real. Like, it has to be somewhat. Like, they lost the Super Cup. They lost the Pokal. To me, personally, they got to bottle. If they bottle the Bundesliga, Harry Kane is never going to win a trophy in his life. Even with England. Well, he thought it was Spurs that was the problem. Turns out Spurs are amazing right now without Harry Kane. I don't know if Spurs are the problem or Ange Postecoglou is just a genie. I don't know which. Ange Postecoglou was a freaking magician, and Harry Kane, Spurs probably were cursed, but Harry Kane also cursed. And Ange Postecoglou is a genius. Either way, 1 minute left. I would legit hate to be Harry Kane if he doesn't win any trophies with Bayern. And then if he loses the Euros, ooh. Yeah, Lewandowski is linked to a move to MLS. I mean, Toronto needs a striker. Why not? We need a DP striker. I'm just saying. I know, but red card. Like, they wouldn't have lost to Chelsea had the red cards not happened. So, I'm going to take that with a grain of salt. It's not really a loss. It was the referees giving 2 red cards and Chelsea finally finishing 3 goals while up 2 men. If there was even 1 red card, they probably still would have drawn. So I'm not going to really hold that against Spurs. Yes, on points, it's a loss, but, yes, Karaski has started. Griezmann MLS? Orlando, probably. Or LA. He pretty much, he will be here at some point. It's not Ange Postecoglou's fault. Chelsea, at least, you know what? I'm just glad Chelsea took advantage. I'm surprised they could. Even if it's a fraudulent win, they still took advantage. That gave them 3 points. Get to celebrate something, right? '46 minute. I don't know who's more of a clown show at this point, Toronto or Chelsea. I'm not having fun either way. I'm not having fun either way. '46 minute. Two minutes to go. 1-0 Houston. 0-1. Houston leading so far with a good rebound scored by Amine Bassi. Your Maple Leafs made a huge comeback and won. Well, finally. I can't believe it. Let me guess. Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner had an amazing night, didn't they? It was not anybody on the bottom six, wasn't it? Hashtag Brad Treliving sucks as a GM. What happened? Where do you think Ladero would go? Will he stay in the MLS? No, he's going to go back to South America. Now, if he stays in Seattle, that'll be as a coaching front office position. But I think he'll play maybe a year or two more in South America, kind of like how Valeri did. Similar. I don't think so. Vela should have kept it himself, but I don't think so. Still in front of a defender. It's not like it was a running into the net situation. I guess it could have, but still got to round the defender. Just take the damn shot. 48th minute. That's why I just don't use Facebook. They're not winning a third ring anyway. 48th minute. I just don't use Facebook. But then again, I'm not a boomer. So, Facebook, barely anybody in Gen Z has a Facebook. I mean, I guess they could. But is that some they want to really use? No. Yeah, he went to Lanús. Valeri did. And we're halftime. That's just and by the way, that's just an observation. That's nothing against. The Facebook boomer thing is just an observation that has nothing to do. That's not trying to call somebody old. That is just a observation. Halftime, it is 0-1. Senawa Uno, Houston. They got the rebound off the penalty in the 28th minute. Now they're just trying to cruise their way through the rest of this match and sweep the series. Well, yeah, Meta actually sells more data than TikTok does. Besides, I don't trust Mark Zuckerberg. Well, I have an Instagram, but I guess it doesn't matter then. I don't like Zuckerberg. Well, with that being said, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going, and we'll push on to the second half. Sit tight, I'll be back. Tomato. Trying to ban TikTok is hypocritical, and the true officials try to ban it is to protect companies from getting crapped on by TikTokers. Yeah. Or TikTokers they organize very well. The point is organization, solidarity. They're trying to ban TikTok because the organization of people on TikTok. It's even higher than the organization of people on Twitter. Like, people on TikTok actually mean business. If they organize, you're finished. If the TikTokers organize on you, you're finished. You are legitimately finished. All the data Zucky is getting on me is what teams I follow. And what recipes I want to cook. That's pretty much that and recipes. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Oh, and yeah, what music I like. That's pretty much it. Same here, but then you add on recipes and music, and there you go. I save a lot of recipes off Instagram. And I also have Pinterest, so I don't know why at some point. Oh, and on TikTok. If I see a recipe I like, I'm going to save it. I don't care which. Or I want to try, I'm going to save it. And hey, maybe I have the same recipe saved on 2 of the 3, if not 3 of the 3. Pretty much. Pretty much. Hell, I watch recipe videos on YouTube. Do I save them? They're at least in my watch history. Or if I put them in my like videos, I guess they're saved. But you know, there you go. With that being said, we will take a short break at the half. We'll take a short break at the half. We'll be back. Sit tight. We're back for the stats at the half. Yeah, I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. Me too. And I'll be able to go live for State on Saturday. If they don't move the Dallas game, as I said. With that being said, stats at the half are as follows. 47% possession to 53% possession. 3 shots to 2. 0 shots on goal to 2. 141 accurate passes to 152, 84% pass accuracy to 79, 11 fouls to 3, 3 corners to 2, 3 shots to 2, 2 shots or 0 shots on goal to 2, 167 passes to 192, 84% pass accuracy to 79, 11 throws to 13, 2 offside to 0, 2 yellow cards to 2, 0 red cards to 0. I think Houston so far is the better team. I think Houston is defending better. I think they're playing forward more. I think Houston are just a lot more together. I think Houston are playing more together. I think they're playing a better game of football. They are the better side so far. I think Houston are. I think they are the better side. I think they are the stronger side in this game. I think they know exactly what they're doing, and they're defending well. They scored the rebound instead of the penalty, but they still got that goal. I bet they're feeling pretty comfortable in general. I think they're feeling pretty comfortable that they can handle whatever comes next. They're 45 minutes away from the conference semis to play Sporting Kansas City. Host Sporting Kansas City, by the way. But I mean, yeah, for me, Houston's the better team. I think RSL, yeah, they're defending well, but I haven't really seen the forward play out of RSL except for Anderson Julio burning down the wing. He's the only really good offensive player so far for RSL is Anderson Julio. That's it, really. If RSL does anything, it's going to be through Julio. It's going to be through him. And if they take him off, they've just waved the white flag. So that's all I'm going to say. If they take off Anderson Julio, they have waved the white flag. I don't care if it's Julio for Chicho. They have waved the white flag. You take off your live wire, you've lost the game. You've lost the series. Goodbye. That's about it. Straight up. So let's see if they do that stupidness. Whether it's at the 45th or the 70th or the whatever. Let's see what they do. To me, you don't take off your live wire. You take off a guy like Gomez or Savarino, or drop Savarino back and take off Gomez to put Chicho up there. Then you try to make that connection. But let's see if Pablo sees it that same way. I hope he would. I don't think Pablo is a dummy. Dummy. Yeah. I say dummy. Dummy. Yeah. Dummy. Yeah. Crazy how LAFC got rid of Chicho because the U22 rule, only to sign another striker who isn't a young DP either. And Mario Gonzalez ain't as good as Chicho. But hey, at least you have Denny Bouanga. Man, y'all are going to be in trouble whenever you lose him. Here we go. Second half about to start. Huh? Look at Messi and Bouanga will be top 2 in MVP in 2024. I can see it. Thoughts of Phil Neville as the new head coach for the Portland Timbers. That's what I was saying about Chicho and Julio. Chicho's warming up right now. But for me, Phil Neville being the new coach of the Timbers, it's a horrible decision. It's a horrible decision. He's not a good coach. Like, just looking at it from football reasons, he's not tactical. He's a horrible, tactically inept manager. And they're bringing Jason Kreis as the assistant, which he may not even be that good of an interim. Hopefully, Miles is still on the staff and Ridgewell. If we're just talking about tactics, I think Phil Neville's a horrible manager. Sort of a dick, too, but I think it's a horrible idea. They could have got Robin Fraser. They could have kept Miles. And they're like, nah, we're going to hire Phil Neville. And it makes me feel I sort of feel there's a reason Miami didn't look to Kreis as the interim when Neville got fired and looked to Javier Morales. And Morales is still there under Tata. They needed to actually change things, which didn't really work, but they had to move it more to what Tata would have been, not what Neville was. So I think it was all in the works. Like, it was all in the works, you know? And they were basically like, okay, so we're going to move this to what it would be more like if Tata was manager, because that's what we want. And it looks like that would happen. Kreis would have just been Neville Mark too, so that would have just made things a lot harder when Tata came in. So, saludos desde Panamá apoyando a Carrasquilla. Fire del Houston. Saludos, Luis. Saludos. Carrasquilla. Mejor jugador del Dynamo. Y Amine Bassi, goleador. 0-1. Miro tiempo. I don't blame you. Javi's good as in interim situations. Got us 4 straight draws for Leagues Cup. Exactly. I don't know. I don't know if the Portland Timbers will be better. I don't think they will be. I kind of want them to tank. I kind of want them to tank Phil Neville. I mean, Kreis won't be much better, but the quicker they do it, the better. Hell, even Rory agrees with me. I was talking to him, and I said, hey, I want Portland to tank out freaking Phil Neville by May. And he's like, yeah, me too. I'm like, yep. That's how you know you screwed up, Portland. 46 minute. Kreis has a decent track record. Decent subjective, but decent is subjective. The man missed the Olympics with the U23s. Wasn't great with New York. He wasn't great with Orlando. I say decent is subjective. Houston. I'd say Jason Kreis is mid at best. Let's put it like that. But it's better than Phil Neville, actually. So. Playing forward. Player down. Hector down. 48th minute. Best possible. Exactly. '48th minute. But then pretty much like firing Phil Neville just to go back to Miles Joseph would basically be like them admitting that they screwed up horribly. Pretty much. What's the worst soccer game you ever seen? Not the result, but gameplay. Ooh. Ooh. Let's see. I would say 0-0 Canada-Jamaica in October of 2021 during World Cup qualifying. That was hell. That was a horrible game. I expected better. Way better. Way better. From both sides, to be honest. It was a 0-0 draw. It was drab as hell. Yeah, I would go with that. That's just one off the top of my head, though. I've watched some really shitty games. Like, I mean, let's go over the past 5 years of what I covered. I've watched some really shitty games. And then before that, I've watched even more shitty games that I didn't cover. Or maybe came back and covered during COVID. I don't know. Yeah, I remember the jitterbug cell phones. They still have them. Or something like that. I can tell you don't watch Price is Right. I can tell you don't watch Let's Make a Deal because there's a lot of commercials for stuff like that during the daytime game show. Because you know who's watching those daytime game shows are the people who would need those types of phones. And then the kids who are staying home from school. And also, I guess, Maury Povich and Jerry Springer and shows like that as well. I mean, they still show reruns of Jerry Springer and Maury Povich. And Steve Wilkos, of course, but he actually has new episodes. As I was better, ends up better than Nia's Goda. I've never really seen a Jitterbug commercial or a Colonial Penn commercial or anything of the sort like that. Yeah, no, I haven't seen it on soap operas, though. Now, that's just Wine Moms. That's Wine Moms. How would I know, though, you ask, on days that I was worried about severe weather and I kept it on 4 on Paramount Plus? And I wasn't really watching the episodes of the soap operas, but, you know, I want to hear the news about the severe weather. It stayed on 4, and then yeah. But I haven't seen those commercials on those. Those are just wine moms. Top 5 favorite colors you look good in when it comes to wearing clothing. Don't count shoes or socks, though. Red, black, pink. Red, black, pink, purple, and blue. Blue. White isn't really a color to me. I mean, I guess you could add white as like the 6th. Like, I don't really wear white. There's at least a pop of color there, like in the pants or the undershirt or whatever. Again, I may wear a white shirt, but there's at least a pop of color even in the shirt. So, I mean, anybody looks, well, I guess you can look bad in white, but it's very hard to do. You at least look mid. Yeah, because I'm talking about freaking jitterbug ads and freaking what colors I look the best in. Yeah, I think, yeah, you know how this works. How long have you been here? Cross in. Are you brand new? You either picked this up quick or you just started talking in chat, but you may have been here a while. You just started talking in chat or you picked this up very quickly. 53rd minute. If I go full Vin Scully, yeah, it's boring. I know. Steve Wilkos was Jerry Springer's security, then he got his own show. I know. Becky Lynch. 54th minute. Houston is winning 1-0. Raiders played well yesterday. Speaking of, is Monday Night Football over? I need to check my freaking Super 6. Not over yet. I just saw a third quarter. Let's do it tomorrow then, yeah. Or later. Corner. Real men wear pink. If you could wear pink, in my opinion, that means you're securing your masculinity. That's just my opinion, though. If you don't wear pink, if you just don't wear pink, they're bringing off Anderson Julio for Chicho Arango. They're waving the white flag. Yeah, this game's over. If you're not wearing pink and you're just not wearing pink, I could let that slide. But if you bring it up and say, "Oh, I would never wear pink," I'd be like, "Dude, you're compensating for something. You ain't securing your masculinity, and yeah, you're compensating for something." Check yourself. If you're confident in yourself and you're secure in your masculinity, if you look good in pink, that's fair. That's fair. Again, I agree with that. Like if you just don't wear pink, yeah, because you don't like it as a color or you just don't have it in your wardrobe, that's fine. What the hell? That was, how do you miss that? Like 3 chances. Yeah. See? Everybody. I don't have a pink polo, but I think pink polos are actually very common. Like, I could wear any color, though. I don't think there's any color that I hate. Like, I could wear green. I could wear orange. I could wear yellow. I could wear blue. I could wear red. I could wear purple. I could wear pink. I could wear black. I could wear white, blue, navy blue, powder blue, cream. Rockies purple jersey, but you're a Dodgers fan. Okay. Yeah, okay. Like, I mean, I'd like to have a Rockies jersey too, but I mean, I don't like to wear orange unless it's a Broncos jersey. Orange Crush better than their current orange. Just an opinion, though. In a perfect world, I'd like to collect every team's jersey besides CF Montreal in every sport. At least one of each. Header saved by Clark. In an ideal world. But it looks like I'm in the market for another baseball team's jersey because I don't know where Marcus Stroman's going to go, but he's not going to be a Cub next year. So I'm going to get somebody's jersey unless he goes back to the Blue Jays. Well, I guess I still need a white Blue Jays jersey, and he's probably going to wear the number 0 instead of the number 6. So, or, yeah, probably. So I guess that's something. True, even in that case. Been to a Rockies game with Pujols, was playing with the Angels, and I saw Pujols hit a good one. Nice. Which wrestler do you think is the worst at wrestling? Ooh. That's a question. Who's the worst at wrestling? That's an interesting question. I'm trying to think. In the ring, worst at wrestling. I'm going to go with somebody who's actually on TV because that makes things easier. If I said Gable Steveson, that would be stupid. He's not even on TV. He is horrible, though. Logan Paul is actually awesome. What are you talking about? He's amazing in the ring. Worst. For me, worst would be... For me, the worst in the ring... I'm trying to figure out the worst. I never was a big fan. I don't think Braun's not that good of a wrestler. Like, Braun legitimately is not that good. Braun Strowman. He's just not that good. I mean, he's a giant, so, I mean, you kind of expect him to not be as... Nelson Quinones crosses it in. Corey Baird chips it over the bar. That was the one that could have closed the door. For sure. Yep, I saw that. Craig Counsell to the Cubs, and David Ross just got fired in the most cutthroat way. He was, I mean, McMath was off his line. I mean, that ship was just, nah, man. I've never seen somebody, these playoff games are too far spread out. Only one game today. And it was a late game, too. I mean, I liked, and besides, it takes 3 weeks to play series. James Ellsworth. Yeah, James Ellsworth is trash. Yeah, you're right. Like, if anybody who's actually normal-sized person or short, yeah, James Ellsworth is absolutely horrible. I mean, you kind of have to temper your expectations with a giant. I mean, that is true. In the ring, of course. And honestly, charisma-wise as well. Braun does well with being a giant who throws his weight around. James Ellsworth legitimately just sucks. Oh, yeah, Great Khali was horrible. Oh, yes. The man could barely walk for like 10 years and they still trotted him out. Hell, they trotted him out at Superstar Spectacle. It was stupid. I'm like, dude. He can't walk. Like, the man legit can't walk, and he can barely get off his ass when he goes down. Like, at this point, like, Khali, like, I feel like it's pretty much being cruel. Like, they're legitimately being cruel to Great Khali if they pull him out, whether he takes a bump or not. And the dude's, only in his mid-40s, early 50s? Like, they are legitimately being cruel to that man. He walks like a geriatric. Like, he could barely walk 10 years ago. Now it's even worse. .4% away win. Oh, my God. Yeah, they just realized RSL freaking waved the white flag. Them boys waved the white flag. But here's the chance. Orongo! Past the post. No, I don't think Adam Johnson was killed on purpose by that other player. No. I don't think that was on purpose. No. Because to lift your leg up that high to slash somebody, it's hard. It's really hard to do. I don't think the Adam Johnson, no, that was not on purpose. I don't think so. And the fact that people think it's on purpose and they're going after that other player because they think it was on purpose, that's just wrong. He's probably already kicking himself. He's already hurt that opposite player. And then people want to come after him and say, oh, he did it on purpose. You're making him feel worse. Like, to lift your leg on a skate. No, I don't see how it was on purpose. I don't. I legitimately don't. Who's the worst world champion of all time? I would say David Arquette. I know that's a cop-out answer, but still. 65th minute. Hell, Rory would have a good thought process on the Adam Johnson thing, too. Because he knows hockey / plays hockey. So. Baron Corbin got worse until he became the King Corbin. Arquette had a title reign. Did you not watch WCW? David Arquette had a title reign. Did you not watch WCW? He held the world title. Arquette legit held the world title. I mean, yeah, it jumped off his hands pretty quickly, but okay, for someone who had longer than the 3-month reign, fine, we'll do that. For me, I would say Sheamus was champion, yeah. But I didn't think his reign was bad. I would say Alberto Del Rio, 20. Alberto Del Rio, I thought his title reign was shit. After he beat Ziggler, his title reign was shit. 2013, Alberto Del Rio. To get it back, of course. Del Rio, 2013, after he beat Ziggler to get it back. That was a shit reign. The best thing about it was when he lost it to John Cena. Pretty much a one-arm John Cena. Pretty much. Yeah, okay, how about that? That's a legit title reign for you that was shit. Okay, there you go. That was a horrible reign. I think Del Rio had better reigns. The one before Ziggler beat him in the cash-in, the WWE title reign, that he only had for about a month. Corey Baird for Aliu. So, yeah, Del Rio in 2013 after he beat Ziggler to get it back. It's a horrible reign. Had no heat, nothing. It was freaking heatless. It was heatless, had nothing. Yokozuna, old school. I thought Yokozuna was an okay world champ. November 18th, catch me being really festive because that's the day I go to the holiday parade and ice skating rink at my mall along with Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory. That sounds awesome. Vlog? I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, that Del Rio reign was just, it was heatless. I mean, there was nothing there to it. Carrasquillo gets a yellow. Chicho Rongo with a free kick here. Savarino and Arongo over the top of it. Now it's just going to be Savarino. Free kick in the 69th minute. Vera and Savarino. Equalizer. Vera. Savarino! Goal! 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 Jefferson Savarino! Golazo RSL! That was an amazing goal. What a shot. What a banger, Jefferson Savarino. Take a bow. It's 1-1. Uno. They had to do something like that. 69th minute, 1-1. Uno. What a shot. Boom. Russo's title reign was better than Arquette's. What a shot and what a curler. Steve Clark could do nothing about it. Still got some fingertips to it, but RSL's in a position that if they hold on to this for another 20 minutes, they'll go to penalties. And they could still win on penalties and take it to a game 3. Jeff Hardy never had a successful title defense. That doesn't, his reign was still, it was amazing to see him win the title. Like, it's kind of like Sami Zayn. It was kind of like Sami Zayn back in NXT in 2014 into 15. Free kick at the top of the box. Chicho Arango goes down. Houston is falling apart. Oh, no. Like, I don't think you can hold that against somebody. Like, I mean, when they're a shit world champion, it's because... Ooh, free kick for RSL at the top of the box. I'm just glad it was at the top of the box. So they're going to give Savarino another chance to pop one in. Okay. I mean, yeah, Russo, Svachenko gets a yellow card. Russo made WCW horrible. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, true. That is true. But he was still a better world champion than Arquette. But yeah, Vince Russo doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Yeah, I agree with that one right there. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Vince Russo, them hot-shotting the title like every 3 weeks. Like, seriously, they hot-shotted the world title absolutely. Like, it seemed like every other week there was a new world champion in 2000 in WCW. Like, they hot-shotted that title absolutely, like... When your promotion is struggling, you don't hot-shot the title. That is a horrible idea. When your promotion is struggling and you're in trouble, you don't hot-shot the title. That's probably the stupidest thing you could do. Yeah, but did they hot-shot the title after Vince forfeited it? No, I think the next guy who won it had a pretty long reign. Besides, even if they did hot-shot it, they still didn't hot-shot it 3 weeks later to somebody else. Yeah, the WWE is guilty of hot-shotting their titles, but here's the thing. They don't do it every single time. Like, seriously, like out of 52 weeks in a year, WCW probably did it 40 times, 45 times on weekly television and pay-per-views. Like, Arango's okay. Here's a free kick for RSL. Like, just watch the Wrestling with Regret video about WCW in 2000. You'll see how many times they freaking hot-shotted the title. Because honestly, I wouldn't want to watch WCW in 2000 myself. Unless I just felt like a freaking sicko and wanted to watch some on Peacock of some trash shit. Nah, I'm good. 74th minute. Savarino once again. Will he hit another banger? 74th minute. Savarino with another free kick. 1-1, uno. Can Savarino take the lead as well? Hadebe came on for Houston for Escobar. Russo. It's basically his damn catchphrase at this point. Vera puts it over the bar. 75th minute. 15 more minutes plus stoppage time. Can Houston take the lead back, or will we go to a shootout? Skies it. Headed on. Nope. Head on. Applied directly to the forehead. Free kick for RSL. I swear, Houston's falling off. Like, Houston is coming apart at the seams right now. I remember. Houston is falling apart at the seams right now ever since they allowed the free kick. And there's another free kick for RSL. Houston's getting a bit chippy. Well, honestly, more than chippy. They're just getting dirty. And they're falling apart at the seams. What does Jim Cornette hate a lot of people? Because, I mean, sometimes he's right, like Vince Russo. Sometimes Jim Cornette's just an ornery son of a bitch. Jim Cornette sometimes just an ornery son of a bitch. That's it. And he has a certain idea of wrestling. And he speaks his mind. I mean, I'll give him that. He's still an ornery son of a bitch. I still listen to what he has to say because it's either some good history, because he does go over some history, you know, I mean, that's a good part of it, or I want to laugh at his takes. And maybe he has a good take, because you know what? Everybody has one. Psycho Sid was champ. I think he was in WCW, yeah. Cross in, header, or kicked away. Like, sometimes a broken clock is right twice a day. Just like Sebi Salazar is on Football Americas every so often. Like about what, every 6 months? See, there you go. Russo is one of the few that explains what's wrong with the business best. You mean Cornette? Or at least in his brain. To be honest, I thought you'd agree with Cornette. Sometimes Cornette's right. How we doing, Ons? 78th minute. Cornette does do some good history. I wouldn't say lessons, but when he talks about history, he does do a really good job on that. Then Cornette does say some absolutely crazy shit. Then sometimes he says something I agree with. He is definitely ornery, though. But that's just Jim Cornette for you. Honestly, I think he's always been ornery, even when he was young. But he speaks his mind, so... Cross in. Header by Carrasquilla, saved by McMath. You could probably call me ornery if you wanted to. I wouldn't tell you you're wrong. Happy to see the Marks are slowly starting to wake up and realize the triple dumbasses booking doesn't work. Very little, but slowly but surely they're starting to wake up. 80th minute. Yeah, I mean, the booking hasn't been totally great. Honestly, though, I have to admit, I think Shawn Michaels is booking NXT better than Triple H did. Shawn is a good booker. I have to say. I have to admit, Shawn Michaels booking NXT, once they got rid of the 2.0 bullshit, you know what? Shawn's a damn good booker. Cross in by Vera off the corner. Header. That'll go out. Or Shawn is good enough of a booker that he makes NXT 2.0 look good. He makes chicken salad out of chicken shit. So you know what? So Goal kick for Houston. Modern day Vince McMahon is good, but not as good as them. Russo and Ferrara, best and greatest. Yeah. Well, okay. WCW 2000 though. You like Super Crazy from WWE? Super Crazy was cool. Yeah, he was cool. He was cool. I mean, yeah, Vince Russo, he was good in WWE during the Attitude Era. WCW 2000 though. I kind of feel like Bischoff had something to do with that though. So maybe it wasn't all Russo's fault. The swerves though. But TNA under Russo wasn't too bad. I would say Russo booking TNA. That was honestly probably TNA's best era was when Russo was booking it. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, if you take away WCW 2000, yeah, Russo's a good booker. Maybe somebody's looking over his shoulder telling him the really stupid shit is stupid. Because he has some really dumb ideas at times. But who's the best champion of all time? I would say Stone Cold. Stone Cold. They go to penalties after 90, yes. If this score holds, yes. And whoever wins the penalties wins the game in the series. So if Houston wins the shootout, Houston wins the series. The game in the series. If RSL wins, we go to a game 3. Simple. But, I mean, yeah, Russo is a good booker. If there's somebody looking over his shoulder and saying, dude, what is that idea? Or what's that swerve? Bischoff, don't let him near the book. Tony Khan, the snowman, you sure as hell shouldn't let him near the book. You know what? If AEW wants to actually be a competitive promotion, Snowman should swallow his pride and make Vince Russo the booker. Vince Russo, if he booked AEW would actually, I don't know if they'd be beating WWE, but the AEW would definitely be more of a competitor. You let Snowman book it, you're in trouble. I would give AEW a chance if Vince Russo was booking it. I would. Or more of a chance. I would. I can't stand Snowman Tony Khan, that pissant jackass. Can't stand him. 85th minute. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Seems like Cena is very close to retiring. So, 86th minute. Fair. I mean, it's really just Tony Khan playing real life Total Wrestling Extreme. It really is. And he's got a blank check. I mean, he's like an even worse version of Eric Bischoff with a coke addiction, and I don't mean the soda. I don't mean the soda. Who's the best tag team champions of all time? Dudley Boys. The Dudley Boys. Edge and Christian were better as singles wrestlers. I don't care. Like, legitimately, Edge and Christian were better as singles wrestlers. Hardy Boys. Okay, they're up there too, but I think the Dudley Boys were the best tag team champions of all time. Dudleys. The New Day. Sure. I like the New Day. They still can't lace the Dudleys' boots, or the Hardys for that matter. Houston falling apart now. Yeah, they're going to be lucky to get the penalties. 88th minute. Tony Khan's a grown man with his daddy's money playing with action figures. I agree with that. If they win on penalties, I won't say they're lucky, but I will say they dodged a bullet. Dodging a bullet and still winning the series. That sounds oddly familiar. Houston were dominant until about the free kick, and now they're falling off a cliff. It's like you lost control of your car, and you're just hoping that when you go off the road, you don't die. You're going to total your car. You're just hoping you don't die. That's where Houston is. You've lost control of your steering wheel, and you're going to run off the road. You just hope that your car is the only thing that's done, and the only thing that gets totaled is your car, and you're not dead. That's what Houston's doing right now. They've lost control of their car. They're just hoping they dodge a bullet and the car gets totaled, but they still live to fight another day. Bossy. That'll be a corner. Corner. That's pretty much it, yeah. We'll go with that. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. That DIY song is awful. What is that? I haven't heard it. Their new theme song. Haven't heard it. I guess I should. Header. 90th minute. That'll be a corner kick in the 90th minute. Will Houston somehow score a goal late? Or will we go to a shootout? I don't know. We'll find out. Hector Herrera. 90th minute. Crossed. Brought down. 10 seconds before stoppage time. 5. Oh, Hector Herrera gets brought down. Hachach gets brought down. Hector Herrera to take the free kick, 6 minutes of stoppage time. Technical Work Rate Productions is the best. Everybody hasn't lost in the Premier League now, yes. And City is still somehow top of the league. I cannot wait till City stops dominating. Jesus Christ. Like, legitimately, if you want to beat City, you got to go undefeated. Or hope to God they have a horrible season for their standards. And hell, even if you damn near go undefeated, you'll probably still lose the league. Liverpool, 2 minutes in to stoppage time. You'll probably still lose the league. Man, I'd be depressed. I wouldn't be depressed, but I would hate it. I'd be like, you're telling me we only lost one game. You lose the league. Huh. How the hell? "92nd minute. This going to penalties." Yeah, I would agree with that. Come on, Houston, just win it on pens. Please. Zidane going back to Madrid for a third time. Well, yeah, Carlo went back. So you know what? I'm going to go Zidane. I don't think Mourinho is going to leave Roma. I hope he doesn't either. I hope he doesn't leave there either. Is this a penalty sub? Huh. Well, Farson coming on for Houston. Nope, don't know him. I don't. I ain't never seen his stuff. Or seen their stuff. That'll be... Aliu is off for Olfarson. The 94th minute. Gomez is off as well for Krylak. Damir Krylak is coming on. That's definitely a penalty sub. Well, I guess it has to be, but you know what I mean. Sometimes if you're on the front foot, you try to win it before penalties. 2 minutes to go. Hector Herrera. Bassi. Shot blocked away. Dorsey. Yeah, true. If the Raiders play like they did, throw in for RSL. "95th minute, a minute to go before we go to pens. Jets got destroyed by the Chargers. Yep, I saw that. 1-1, uno. We're going to penalties if this holds for another minute. The Penguins to win the Super Bowl? You mean the Steelers? Wrong Pittsburgh team. Or wrong, well, they all wear black and gold, but Penguins is hockey. Let's Crane kick the ball into the goal. Got 96 minutes. Luna goes down. Spins out Svachenko. Yeah, I would say it's probably more on. Okay. 96 minute. Cobra Krylak. Sweep the leg, Johnny. Herrera. Free kick for Houston. Sweep the leg, Johnny. Miles is a good player. Miles Robinson's a good player. There's a chance before PKs. This is their chance for PKs. Free kick for Houston. Do they end it now or do we go to pens? Hector Herrera. It's all up to him. Herrera blocks it off. It goes off the wall. Full time. We're going to pens. Full time. We're going to pens. It's 1-1. Uno. There we go. We're going to penalties. 1-1, uno. We go to pens. Houston wins the shootout. The series is over. Salt Lake wins the shootout. We go to a game 3 on Saturday, which I mean, I'm not mad if it happens, but if it happens, it happens. Sita, I'll be back. All right. Not next year, at least. I don't think he's going to do that. We got a shootout. I want Gotham to win the NWSL final because I'd rather see Ali Krieger win her last game than Megan Rapinoe. That'd be in the finals, definitely scripted if Rapinoe wins. Here we go. RSL versus Houston. A penalty shootout away from either the series being over or a game 3. Where do we go? Fair. True. Let's go. God is great going for Houston because all the orange. Dynamo versus RSL, a 1-1 draw after 90. We go to pens. Looks like we're going to start with Bassi. Amine Bassi. To start the shootout. Houston go first. I don't know. I think Tigers would beat Chickens, but I think Tigers would beat Chickens up. We start with Houston. Amine Bassi missed a penalty, but got the rebound. Does he score his second penalty of the night, which matters way more? Bassi versus McMath. This could be a bad decision. Bossy gets stonewalled just down the middle and misses. Oh, Lord. Kicks it straight at McMath. Down the middle. I don't know what the hell. Huh. Well, that's horrible. Maybe if you miss a penalty during the game, you shouldn't. Fassi has another chance. Well, was he off his line? They're going to check it. They're going to check and see if McMath was off his line. Ah, I see what he did there. He thought McMath was off his line. Zach McMath has to go again. He was off his line. Nope. Orongo's coming up. No retake. Chicho Orongo. No, it is no retake. It's 0-0. Orongo to take the lead. Orongo to take the lead here versus Steve Clark. Chicho Orongo in goal. 1-0. 1-0. We'll go with it. Chicho Orongo. RSL knows the game of pens. I don't even know what Steve Clark was doing there. Coco Carrasquilla. Adalberto Carrasquilla. Carrasquilla to take a penalty. Can he tie it up? Carrasquilla versus McMath. Carrasquilla! Goal! 1-1. 1-1. Carrasquilla gets the goal. Off the hands of McMath, but it finds its way into the net. Just barely. Carrasquilla gives Houston an equalizer. Damir Krylak. Krylak to keep the lead for RSL. Can Steve Clark make something happen here? Krylak. I'm a little bit behind, but I don't care. Krylak. I'm not looking at the spoilers anyway. Krylak. Steps back. Krylak versus Clark. Oh! He just puts it over the arms of Steve Clark. It's 2-1. 2-1. Wow. I can't believe it. Thor Ulfarsson. Thor Ulfarsson to take this penalty to tie it back up, or at least try. Thor Ulfarsson. Short run up. Stutters it, shot, and puts it in. 2-2, 2-2. Beats McMath. Buries it. Man, if Bossy didn't do that stupid penalty, Houston be in okay shape. Idiot. Next up, we got Jefferson Savarino. Jefferson Savarino versus Steve Clark. Savarino versus Clark. Shot in. 3-2, 3-2. Don't stop the stream once the game is over. I have to do the RSR, so I will. I'll do my sign off, but I will. 3-2. And Bossy basically pissed this game away. We got Griffin Dorsey. It doesn't matter. Griffin Dorsey makes it 3-3. Trying to make it 3-3. We need a save from Houston if they want to win. They need a save. Griffin Dorsey to keep it or tie it back up. Dorsey rolls it into the opposite end. 3-3. 3-3. I will never do a sleeping stream. No. We got Brian Vera. Brian Vera to take the penalty. Will it be 4-3 or 3-3? Vera. Ew! Top bins. 4-3. There needs to be a save. Houston needs to score, and they got to make a save. That's where we are. Houston has to score. 21, Nelson Quinones. Nelson Quinones to keep Houston alive, at least to try to at least get them to sudden death through his part. Of course, they have to make a save. Nelson Quinones. Shot and rolls it in. 4-4. RSL scores, it's over. They live another day. They go to a game 3. If not, they miss, we go to sudden death. Simple as. Diego Luna. Luna to keep them in this series. Luna scores, they go to a game 3. He misses, we go to sudden death. Luna versus Clark. And it's in! RSL wins. Diego Luna puts it away. 5-4. 5-4 en penales. You know, Houston FAFO'd. Damn it. Well, we got a game on Saturday. Shit. I wanted to do that state game. Houston, you pissed me off. Good job. I wanted to do that Mississippi State game, and you fucked around and found out. We're going to game 3. Houston, and it's Bossy's fault, pretty much. So that means we got a win for Real Salt Lake. Well, I said there was going to be a sweep. Game 3 on Saturday. I just hope they move it to later. Well, I don't know. With that being said, If you like this stream, like and share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification button. Subscribe. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in plays. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I'll see you within the hour for the review of this game. And there you go. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you later. I just hope they move this game to later on Saturday instead of 3 o'clock. Please. Just since there's nobody else, could you move it a little bit later? If you're going to do that stuff to me? I don't know. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.